Well, hello everyone, and welcome to Smooth Move podcast, brought to you by your dependable partners. With my partner here, Joelle, and welcome, Joelle.
Oh, well,
And
thanks.
there you go. I thought we would talk just a little bit about I guess, emotions connected to moving from your property and getting rid of really years of memories.
Hmm.
And I know you don't like this word, but really transitioning is the right word
Yeah.
into your next chapter, which may be a assisted living, memory care, independent living type of community. And this is a topic, folks, that Joelle and I deal with daily. And we've both dealt with personally, which is the experience we bring to all of this. I guess I have to say it. There are two ways for you to move. You can hire, three big guys with a big truck. You can do that, right? You can pack, you can unpack. But what Joelle and I find, and it was, I wish I had known of our services back when I was doing this because I wasn't aware of it. But you could hire a senior move management company like your dependable partner, and we will literally help you pack, give to charity, get you settled in, unpacked. We will help things go into storage. We will coordinate things going to various relatives around the country. We will coordinate what can and cannot physically go with you because there may be space requirements or space
Restraints.
issues. Um, but it doesn't make it any less painful for the person getting rid of certain things. And I'm just going to make a big public confession here, Joel. I moved from Baltimore to Florida. And in my move, I had to sell my parents' home when they got ill. They had 50 years worth of stuff, which to them was extremely valuable. They had
Of course.
china, mink
Of course.
coats, a chandelier. Chandelier's the big one. My mother loved her chandelier. She had china, and she used to tell me it was the rose pattern that the Kennedys had. Well, guess what? My wife didn't like it. My kids don't want it. And I moved like an idiot to Florida, paid extra to have the chandelier. I paid $1,000 to have the chandelier boxed and crated
Hmm.
so it wouldn't break.
Hmm.
And at the end of the day, I sold it for $850.
I think you did pretty well,
I
actually.
did really good. I mean, I was very happy with that. But, I personally couldn't let go of the baggage, right?
Right.
My mother was gone, but I still heard little mom on my shoulder going, I told you you can't sell that. You can't get rid
Right.
of that. You need to keep that.
And it's not just older people that have problems letting go. When I moved to Florida, I also had a younger sibling who moved to another state, and we were all getting rid of our stuff because we were downsizing. And it was hard for us to get rid of things. Sometimes I still think about, oh, I can't, I miss that, such and such that I had for 30 years that I loved, but there was nowhere to put it here.
Yeah. Yeah. It's an issue. And I mean, I'll give you another for instance. I had a 20, I think it cost me like 20 some $1,000. It was a dining room table, beautiful chairs, a china cabinet, a hutch,
Mhm.
serving thing.
Old style,
Yeah.
because
I
nobody
couldn't,
uses that anymore.
I couldn't, I had to almost pay the breast cancer foundation to take it. The guys
Mhm.
came and they didn't even want to take it for free, right?
I know, I know.
So, I guess the challenge here is, when you're moving to an assisted living community or an independent living community, you have space prohibitions. You just do,
Absolutely.
okay?
Absolutely.
And one of the things that we help with, and I honestly think, even if you can do it yourself, psychologically, emotionally, you shouldn't do it by yourself because it's one thing when a parent is talking to a child and discussing, or in my case, arguing with what should or shouldn't go. Okay. What can and can't go is maybe the better way. And we often find ourselves in a good place for you, which is we can be the bad guys. And I don't mean bad guys, but what I mean is that
Buffer.
conversation is now with us.
Right. We're the
And,
buffer.
and you, as the child or relative or close friend, however you're related to the person making the move, we can have a very different type of discussion than you would have. We don't want family feuds, okay?
Right. Right.
We're able to step in and be the professional that we are and really kind of state the facts. Now, there's four ways to dispose of these things, right? One
Mhm.
way is it just gets disposed of, right?
Right.
Goes to the dump. I hate to say it that way, but
No, it's
right to the
awful,
dump.
but that's it. It's the reality.
Okay. Another way to dispose of it is maybe there is a relative or friend or close family person who wants it. Okay.
Right.
And we can arrange to have it delivered to that person, even if they're all the way across the country.
Mhm.
The third thing we could do is potentially do something wonderful with it and donate it to charity and get a deduction and let someone else have the privilege of enjoying whatever it is.
Right.
Okay. I know somewhere in South Florida, there's a beautiful chandelier that I hope somebody's enjoying. Um, or the fourth thing that we could do, which is we can arrange to have it auctioned off. If it's a valuable piece, we can arrange to have it auctioned and you could actually receive some money to enjoy other things, use the money as you see fit. But there's multiple options rather than schlepping it with you, boxing it, crating it, and moving it to Florida with you,
Right.
and then hiring 1-800 junk to have it removed.
Or the case in for some people that are already living in Florida and moving to a senior living community, they want to keep it, so then they get a storage unit.
Yeah.
And we all know we've watched Storage Wars. A lot of times those units, people put them in there and they never touch them again. It's like putting it in a basement.
Yeah.
So then they're paying monthly to store something that eventually they're going to get rid of anyway. But
And it's even worse because if you're getting an outside storage unit in Florida, your item or items are going to
sure,
just deteriorate. They're just going to
sure,
disintegrate, you know.
sure. And the whole idea of value, because this is what happens, we get so emotionally attached to things, and then we apply a value to it that's not realistic. Let's whatever we paid $1,000 for it, we think it should appreciate, and it's a gorgeous piece of furniture, it's a beautiful chandelier, whatever it is. But value only has meaning if somebody wants it.
It's
Supply and
worth what
demand.
somebody's willing to pay for it is what it's worth.
Exactly. But it also goes by supply and demand. So if you ever watch like Antiques Roadshow and they show you like a previous one where it was worth X amount of dollars, but now that particular item is not in favor and the price has gone down. So if nobody wants it, the value is just not there. So, it's very hard for people, but I know a lot of people have collections that, they've taken many years to get and they love them and they love looking at them, but they can't take them if they're downsizing because the space really can be limited. But you need to be very careful. We're quite fortunate with the auctioneer that we have because they take it somewhere where people buy antiques. And in Florida, that's not really, people want light, modern. They don't want the antiques. They don't want the collection. They don't want the dust. But you have to be very careful because we had a client not that long ago who had lots of collections. Um, and somebody offered them $100 for all of it. And I said, hold on, we've got an auctioneer. And they got over $2,000. So you're talking about a significant difference. So, sometimes people, especially relatives that are helping downsize, they're just like, okay, just take it, 100, take it. But if call us, we could hopefully get you a lot more for those items.
You have to be very careful. I heard on the radio that Florida was the sunshine state for shady people.
Yes, it's always been.
So, it's very interesting. Be careful,
Uh-huh.
who you're dealing with and know who you're dealing with because that guy was really, just trying to get over on them.
Totally taking advantage of them.
And you're taking advantage of a vulnerable person at their most vulnerable time, which makes you a true scumbag.
True, but and it's not just the people moving, that are under the stress. It's the relatives that are helping that are also under the stress. They're trying to find the right place for them, help them downsize. A lot of times, people that are moving into senior or assisted or memory care obviously have some challenges. So they're dealing with those on a daily basis. You're dealing with change, which is hard for everybody. So maybe the grown child or the relative that's helping, they're also under a lot of stress and anxiety.
Yeah, it's all around. And again, I think one of the benefits we bring to the table, folks, is let us be that buffer.
Hmm.
Um, you want to really have peace in the family, and when you have a parent or parents that are making this move, and you have multiple siblings, it's a recipe
Yeah.
for an argument,
Yep.
and an argument at a tough time because everybody's dealing with it emotionally in different ways. You as
Hmm.
a child are dealing with an emotion. Your parent, the parents are dealing with an emotion because they're going to the next chapter, and it's tough, So if you want to find out more about what we do, we encourage you to go to yourdependablepartner.com. If you like this video, share it with the family member. Hit subscribe right here. You can reach us at yourdependablepartner.com. You can call us at 561-247-4267. We're here to help. And what we do as senior move managers is we ensure that that move is going to be a very smooth and professionally done move. We will make sure you are packed. We will help you donate to the charities we're affiliated with or one that you want. We will ensure that items that are of value either get shipped, as we mentioned, to family members or that we are able to get them auctioned off. And not only that, we will make sure that you are unpacked properly and sleeping in your bed that day because this transition from home into a community, we are doing everything in our power to minimize the frustrations. And one of the big frustrations is having to wake up in a new place and start unpacking. I mean, that's
Hmm.
just not good for you as a child and you as a resident of this new community. So we really do soup to nuts. If you want to find out more, there's a ton of information. Yourdependablepartner.com. Before you forget, hit that subscribe button. And if you like what we do, we have numerous episodes here and more to come. Until next time, this is Brian Sachs, and
Joelle Sagner.
all right, have a wonderful day.